Hey, what's up everybody? Ben here from blogwithben.com, and today I'm partnering with NameHero Web Hosting to bring you this step-by-step tutorial where I'll be walking you through how to create a favicon and add it to your WordPress website. And if you're unfamiliar with what a favicon is, or as WordPress calls it, a site icon, it's basically the tiny images that web browsers use to help distinguish between web pages. And these images in the tabs are favicons. They're great for branding efforts, and they help people navigate online. Additionally, some browsers and mobile devices will display a larger image, like the Safari browser. The site icon that we're going to be creating will also be used as a browser and app icon for your blog. So that's why it's important to have a site icon for your branding efforts. And real quick before we get started, if you get any value out of this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. It helps me bring you guys more resources, and it keeps you up to date with all of the WordPress and tech trends happening throughout the year. But either way, thank you so much for all your support. All right, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so the process to create your favicon and add it to your WordPress site is fairly easy, but there are multiple ways to accomplish it. And in this tutorial, I'm going to go over 3 ways that you can easily create and add a favicon to your WordPress website. So the first way is to use a free online tool called the Real Favicon Generator that you could access at realfavicongenerator.net. And NameHero has a fantastic blog post that walks you through the process of what we're about to cover in this video, and I'll link to it in the video description below, but it's a great reference and you can access the Real Favicon Generator from that article as well. Okay, so this free tool is great if you already have an image that you want to use for your favicon, or if you have an image of a logo ready to go. What this site does is it takes that image and resizes it for various uses and applications across the internet. And let me show you what I mean. So for this first example, I'm going to use this AI generated image of myself as the favicon. And as you can see, it's much larger than what is needed for our favicon, but it's important to make sure that the image you use is at least 70 by 70 pixels, and WordPress actually recommends that your image be 512 by 512 pixels. And don't worry if you don't have an image yet, I'm going to show you how to easily design your own favicon in just a bit. But for this first part of the tutorial, I'm acting as if you already have an image and need to properly resize it for your site. That's when the Real Favicon Generator comes into play. So back at the generator, the first step is to click the Select Your Favicon Image button. Then find the image you want to use. There we go. And then the tool gets to work, and in a few seconds, you're presented with a preview of how the favicon will look across multiple mobile and desktop devices. And you'll notice that my initial large-sized image has been resized so that it fits the various applications that require a much smaller-sized image for the favicon and site icon. And feel free to browse the previews to make sure everything looks okay. And so far, so good. Then you'll notice at the very bottom of the preview, there's a section that says Favicon Generator Options, and it has the path options. You can ignore this because since we're using WordPress, we only need the resized image in order for the favicon to be added to our site. Now, if you're not using WordPress, then I recommend keeping the first option selected and following the steps outlined in the next screen that we're about to see. So once you're ready to get your favicon image, click the Generate Your Favicons in HTML Code button. And then the generator gets to work and starts creating your favicon package. Now, like I said, since we're using WordPress, we won't be implementing the steps outlined here, which state to download the favicon package, then extract the package in the root of your website, then add the following code to the head section of your page, and then check your favicon by clicking this button. Again, we are using WordPress, so we won't need to do these steps, but if you're not using WordPress, then this is one way to implement the favicon on your site. Okay, so since we are using WordPress, go ahead and click the favicon package button. And this will download a zipped file that, when opened, contains the various sized images that you could use for your favicon. Now, the reason they give you all these different sized images is that yes, each platform comes with its own design requirements, and it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario when it comes to your favicon image. However, the image is definitely always smaller than 512 by 512 pixels, and using that sized image for your favicon in WordPress is an almost surefire way to guarantee that your favicon looks professional across multiple platforms online. So what I recommend doing is using the image within the favicon package that is 512 by 512 pixels for your favicon in WordPress. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in this example. So now that we have our image, let's head over to WordPress. And in order to update or change your favicon, you'll need to open your customization menu. So in the admin toolbar at the top of the screen, click on where it says Customize. Then find and open the Site Identity tab. And from here is where you'll upload your new favicon, or as WordPress calls it, the site icon. Either way, now that we have the 512 by 512 image from the favicon generator, all you'll do is upload the image here in the customization menu. So click the Select Site Icon button, and this will take you to your WordPress media library. And from here, we're uploading a new image, so click the Upload Files link in the upper left corner, and then click the Select Files button, and find the image you want to use. Again, I'm in the favicon package file from the favicon generator, and I'm using the Android Chrome image because it's the one that is WordPress's recommended size of 512 by 512 pixels. So I'll select that one. And then there we go. Once it's uploaded to the media library, go ahead and click the Select button. And just like that, we now have a new favicon. Now, I realize that this is a food blog and the favicon is my face, which doesn't make sense, but hopefully you get the idea. The favicon generator was able to convert my image to the proper size, and then I uploaded it here in my WordPress customization menu. You even get this nice little preview of what it will look like across desktop and mobile devices. Then to make these changes live, click the Publish button towards the top of the screen. And then let's exit out of the customization menu and see how it looks on the front end of our site. And if we zoom in, you'll see that the new image is now being used in the Browser tab. This is much more professional, helps with branding efforts, and helps your blog's visitors stay organized. Now, if you're not seeing the updated site icon right away, give it a few minutes, clear your browser's cache and history, refresh the page, and it will show up. All right, so that was the first example of using a predetermined image and then using the free favicon generator to resize it. However, what if you don't have an image ready to go? Well, that's where you can get creative and design your own. And don't worry if you aren't very artistic, that's where Canva.com comes into play. This website, which we're looking at right now, will help you create stunning graphics with their design software. I use them quite a bit, and you can really produce some high quality design work with their design tools. Now, they do have a free version, which you can definitely use to create your favicon, but in the spirit of transparency, I'm using their premium version in this video. This gives me access to additional graphics and some PNG features. However, you don't need to pay for Canva in order to use it to create your favicon. You could still get some pretty good results with the free version. Okay, so to get started, just visit canva.com and sign up for a free account. Then in the upper right corner of the screen, click the Create a Design button. And then they'll present you with some suggested dimensions, but for this example, we want a custom sized image. So toward the bottom left corner of that dropdown, click the Custom Size button. Then in the width and height fields, just type 512 by 512, keeping the dimensions set to pixels. Then click the Create New Design button, and this will bring you to the Canva editor where you can start designing your favicon. There's a lot you can do here, and when you have some extra time, I highly recommend playing around with all of the tools available to add shapes, icons, text, and any other elements to your design. However, for this example, I'm going to use their graphic elements to create my favicon. So on the left-hand side of the screen within that side nav, click on the Elements tab. And this will give you the ability to search, select, and use various types of elements like shapes, graphics, stickers, photos, and more within your design. They even have a search bar where if you type in a keyword, it'll present you with various types of elements related to your search term. So for this example, I'm creating a favicon for a food blog, so I'll type lettuce in the search field. And then I get a ton of graphics, photos, videos, and even audio related to lettuce. And then if you click on the See All next to one of those groups, you'll have access to Canva's library of royalty-free elements that you could use for your favicon. Then once you find a graphic or image you want to use, go ahead and click on it, and it will transfer it to your canvas where you can begin tweaking the design to make it your own. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not doing much here. I'm just resizing it a bit, but I will remove the background, which is a cool feature and a premium feature. And all you'll do is click the Edit Image button in the upper left corner. And this will present you with even more editing options where you can get super creative when you have some extra time. But for now, I just want to remove the background from this image because it actually has a slight blue background and I want it to be all white. So find the background remover tool and click on it. Again, this is a paid feature, meaning you won't get this with the free Canva account, just FYI. And in a few seconds, the background will be removed. Awesome. So let's apply these changes by clicking the Apply button. Next, I want to add a drop shadow to the image to give it a little depth. So find the shadows effect, and you could use the search bar at the top of the menu if needed. But once you find the shadows effect, go ahead and click on it. And then select drop shadow from the shadow options. And then you can tweak the shadow even more if you need to with these little levers. But I'm keeping the default settings in place for the sake of time. Then after I added the shadow, it shrank the image, so let me resize it again really quick. And there we go, looks great. Next, you'll want to name the file, so in the upper right corner, simply type what you want the file to be. I'm just going to call this NameHero Favicon. Then to export the image and download it to your computer, click the Share button. Then open the Download tab. And then I'm keeping this file type as PNG. And then all that's left to do is click the Download button. And in a few seconds, your Favicon will be downloaded to your computer and ready to upload onto WordPress. So let's head back to my WordPress food blog. And the steps are the exact same as before. You'll want to open your customization menu. And then open the Site Identity tab. Then within the Site Icon section, click the Select Site Icon button. And once again, we're uploading a new image, so click the Upload Files link. Then the Select Files button. And find the image you want to use. And there we go. Once uploaded to the media library, click the Select button. And we now have a new Favicon. You can see the preview there for the browser tab and mobile device. Looks great. Okay, so let's publish these changes and make the Favicon live by clicking the Publish button. And then we'll exit out of the customization menu. And if we take a look at our browser tab, you'll see the new lettuce leaf Favicon is now being used. And this is a much better representation of my food blog. Okay, the last option you have when it comes to adding your Favicon is to use a plugin. And the plugin that NameHero recommends is the all-in-one Favicon WordPress plugin. And a fun fact about this plugin, my very first YouTube video that I ever made in 2016 was a tutorial on how to use this plugin. And it was a great plugin back then and is still a great plugin 7 years later. So if you want to use this plugin, go ahead and download it, and I'll link to it in the video description below. And then you'll obviously want to install it and activate the plugin on your WordPress site. Then within your WordPress dashboard, on the left-hand side of the screen, find the all-in-one Favicon menu item and click on it. And this will bring you to the plugin settings, and all we're interested in right now are the front-end settings. Specifically the PNG front end, since the image I'm using is a PNG. So go ahead and click the Upload button next to the PNG front end field. And then find the image you want to use. Then when I uploaded it, the file path didn't display for some reason. However, when I clicked the Save Changes button, the file appeared and all is well. I'm not sure if that's a bug on my end, but I just wanted to point that out if you were like, hey, where is my image? Okay, so now that the PNG front end has been updated with the Favicon, let's check it out on the front end of our site. So let me visit the site really quick. And voila, we now have a new Favicon displaying in the browser tab and the plugin worked. Now, if you're not seeing the new Favicon here, then you probably still have the site icon uploaded in the site identity section of your customization menu. So what you'll need to do is revisit that section and remove the image you uploaded for the site icon. Then once you do that, the plugin will work and the new favicon will display. So that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. And if you want to learn more about NameHero WordPress cloud web hosting, check out these 2 videos. They'll walk you through everything you need to know and show you why NameHero has become my #1 choice for WordPress web hosting. And as always, your support means a great deal to me and my family, and for that, I thank you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.